Have you ever felt like you're playing a role in your own life? You show up every day, interacting with people, going through the motions of work, relationships, and social events. But deep down, something feels off. You're pretending, living a life that doesn't fully align with your truth. What if I told you that the key to unlocking true happiness and fulfillment lies in letting go of the roles you've been playing and embracing the authentic version of yourself? Today, we're going to explore what it means to let go of the masks we wear, the roles we play to please others, and the expectations we've been conditioned to fulfill. We'll talk about how to live authentically and how to break free from the stories that have been holding you back. Welcome to Awaken Your Essence. I'm your name, and today, we're diving into something that every single one of us struggles with at some point in our lives. The battle between who we truly are and who we've been taught to be. We live in a world that places enormous pressure on us to fit in, to play a role, to live up to expectations, whether it's as a parent, a partner, a colleague, or even a social media influencer. But what happens when you wake up and realize that you've been playing a role for so long that you've lost touch with the person you were always meant to be? In this video, we'll explore the idea of letting go of the roles we're stuck in and discovering what happens when we choose to live as our authentic selves. It's time to take off the mask. Let's explore how we can start living truthfully, how to shed the role we've been playing, and how to reconnect with the core of who we really are. We've all been conditioned to play roles throughout our lives. From a young age, we're taught that in order to fit in, we need to behave in certain ways. Whether it's at home, school, work, or in social circles, we learn that there are expectations that we must fulfill to be loved, accepted, or respected. But here's the thing. These roles often aren't us. They're simply masks that we wear to fit into the boxes society has created for us. For many, the role of the perfect parent is one of the most demanding and exhausting roles to play. We are taught that to be a good parent, we must give everything to our children. But what happens when we sacrifice our own needs for the sake of others and forget who we are in the process? The pressure to be a perfect parent often leads to burnout, stress, and a sense of losing ourselves. But in truth, the best gift you can give your child is the example of living authentically. When you take off the mask and show them that it's okay to be imperfect, you allow them the freedom to do the same. Many people also get caught up in the role of the perfect partner. We've all seen the idealized relationships portrayed in the media where everything is effortless, perfect, and harmonious. But what happens when the pressure to be the ideal partner becomes suffocating? We often lose ourselves in the relationship, forgetting our own needs, desires, and personal growth. True love isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic, vulnerable, and showing up as your true self, even when it's messy. In a society that prizes achievement and success, it's easy to fall into the trap of playing the role of the high achiever. Whether it's climbing the corporate ladder or constantly pushing ourselves to be the best, we equate success with happiness. But here's the reality. Success doesn't guarantee fulfillment. In fact, chasing success for the sake of external validation can lead to feelings of emptiness and disillusionment. When you constantly strive to fulfill the role of a high achiever, you risk losing sight of what truly matters: inner peace, joy, and a sense of meaning that goes beyond external accomplishments. The problem with living a role is that it comes with a silent cost. We think we're doing what's expected of us, but in the process, we lose our sense of self. The more we try to please others, to live up to their expectations, the more we feel disconnected from our true essence. Living inauthentically can be emotionally exhausting. Pretending to be someone you're not, just to meet others' expectations, takes a massive toll on your energy and emotional health. You may feel drained, anxious, or even depressed because deep down, you know you're not being true to yourself. It's like constantly wearing a costume that's too tight, too heavy, or too uncomfortable. Eventually, it becomes impossible to keep up the charade, and that's when emotional burnout happens. Another cost of living a role is isolation. The more we play a role, the more we lose the ability to connect with others on a deep, authentic level. When you're wearing a mask, you're not truly sharing who you are. Instead, you're hiding behind a facade, and this creates a barrier between you and others. True connection comes from being authentic, from allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and from showing up as who you really are, not as who you think others want you to be. The most insidious cost of living a role is the loss of inner peace. When we're constantly striving to be someone we're not, we become disconnected from our inner compass, our values, our passions, and our sense of purpose. We end up living for external validation, rather than living for our own truth. And when this happens, we lose the peace that comes from being in alignment with our true selves. Now that we've explored the cost of living a role, let's talk about how we can start to let go of the masks and live authentically. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Step 1. Acknowledge the role you're playing. The first step to living authentically is acknowledging the role you've been playing. Take a moment to reflect on the various roles in your life. Are you playing the role of the perfect parent, the high achiever, or the ideal partner? Once you recognize the roles you're playing, ask yourself, are these roles truly aligned with who I am? Do they serve my authentic self, or do they drain me? Acknowledging the role is the first step toward freeing yourself from it. Step 2. Question the expectations you've internalized. We all grow up with societal expectations and cultural norms that shape the roles we play. But here's the question. Whose expectations are you living for? Take a hard look at the expectations you've internalized. Are they truly yours, or have they been imposed on you by others? To live authentically, you need to question the stories you've been told and the roles you've been asked to play. Are these stories serving you, or are they keeping you trapped? Step 3. Reconnect with your inner self. To live authentically, you need to reconnect with who you really are. This requires spending time alone with yourself, away from the noise and distractions of the outside world. Start by asking yourself, what do I really want in life? What makes me feel alive? What brings me joy, fulfillment, and purpose? Reconnecting with your inner self takes time, but it's worth it. This is where true authenticity begins. Step 4. Practice vulnerability. One of the most powerful tools for living authentically is vulnerability. When we let go of our roles, we become more vulnerable. We allow ourselves to show up in our true form, without the need to hide behind a mask. Being vulnerable can be scary, but it's the only way to form real, deep connections with others. It's about showing up, imperfections and all, and allowing others to see you as you truly are. Step 5. Live in alignment with your values. Living authentically means living in alignment with your values. What do you stand for? What principles guide your decisions and actions? When you live in alignment with your values, you experience true inner peace. Living authentically is about honoring your values regardless of what others expect from you. When you do this, you begin to feel more fulfilled and at peace with yourself. When you let go of the roles and live authentically, something magical happens. You reconnect with your true power. Living authentically doesn't mean you'll never face challenges, but it does mean that you'll have the strength and clarity to navigate life's obstacles with confidence. Living authentically means being at peace with yourself, embracing your uniqueness, and stepping into your full potential. If this video resonated with you, I want to encourage you to reflect on your own life. What roles have you been playing? It's time to let go of the masks and start living authentically. If you're ready to step into your true self, like, comment, and share this video with someone who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to Awaken Your Essence for more content that will help you reconnect with your true self and live a life of authenticity, fulfillment, and peace. Remember, you don't have to play a role to be loved, accepted, or successful. You are enough, just as you are.